All right, we've got the closing bell sounding on this Wednesday, August 26, 2009.
Let's take a look at the action as the market settles here. Not a lot of movement, and really the S&P here proves my point, gaining 0.02%. You can call that unchanged. 1028 and a quarter, the level on the S&P. Take a look at the Dow, putting up a whopping 6 points. Okay, to be fair, it's the 7th day in a row for gains on the Dow. 95.44, the closing level there. And take a look at the NASDAQ, even less change, almost virtually unchanged at 2024. Still, though, a positive arrow. Of course, these prices shift around, obviously, in the close, and that could change at any time. So let's get a breakdown of what drove the markets today, or what held them back. Suzanne O'Halloran joins us from the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. Courtney Donahoe is following Bloomberg's exclusive story on General Electric for us. And still with us is our featured guest, Jeff Mortimer from Charles Schwab. Suzanne, I want to start with you, though. What's going on at the close?
You know, Matt, stocks really struggled for direction today. We did have positive economic news. In general, a lot of people I talked to say the news today on durable goods and new home sales was very positive, but the markets just couldn't seem to really move into positive territory in a meaningful way. You know, the industrials were the biggest drag within the S&P's largest group. We still have some questions about the pace of this economic recovery. Also, GE turned out to be a big weight on the Dow. When we look at the Dow's weakest members, they are all your industrial names: General Electric, Caterpillar, and 3M. You'll recall earlier in the week, Laszlo Barini said he's paying attention to the deep cyclicals in terms of determining future market direction, and he says they are telling us this market can continue to rise. I also want to mention Intel, because Intel had a very strong performance today. The story with Intel, the best performer in the Dow with a gain of over 1%. We had the analyst team at RW Baird talking about the fourth quarter tracking above trends. They boosted their estimates for Intel, saying there's a recovery underway in Asia and Europe. And earlier in the program, I talked about technology, specifically mentioning Dell. A lot of strategists paying attention to large cap tech to confirm further gains in this market. Also, I do want to point out the Philadelphia SOX index also rose today, where we didn't see big gains in the major indices. We did see a nice move in the SOX index. Mostly, Matt, all of those stocks did rise today.
Hey, oil down again today, Suzanne. How did that impact energy stocks in today's trade?
You know, oil is at $71 a barrel. Oil really wasn't a theme here today. At 10:30, we got the inventory numbers that unexpectedly rose. When those numbers came out, it did pressure the energy stocks in general, but then we saw a turnaround in the integrated oils, Exxon. Most of those companies managed gains today. Also, the U.S. refiners turned it around. They ended up rising. The weaker names in the energy sector are going to be your oil and exploration companies. That's where we saw some of the selling, but oil was not a theme today like it was yesterday.